This video was made, created by me ZS0020 Prime, leader of the Defenders and master of the Skybase. I am also known as ZS Prime, ZS0020_Prime, and Sylveon Prime, and nobody has any permission to use this video without my permission or authorization. This music was made, created by me ZS0020 Prime, leader of the Defenders and master of the Skybase. I am also known as ZS Prime, ZS0020_Prime, and Sylveon Prime. And nobody has any permission to use this music without my permission or authorization.
Okay, this should be on. Okay. Good afternoon, yeah. It's 4 p.m. afternoon, technically. So, good afternoon, everybody. Now, this is going to be just a video of me explaining a few things, because I'm sure people have noticed that some of the videos on the ridiculous situation section and the Angry Sylveon reacts section, they've been, well, they're not deleted, but I've privated them because some of those videos, particularly pertaining to the issues that I was having with Zack and Joseph, it turns out that all of those issues were because of false information. False information that was delivered to me by someone who I thought was my friend, but turned out not to be my friend. I'm going to refer to that person as my ex-friend, because I'm not going to say that person's name, because I don't want this video to be misconstrued as an attack or anything. And before I go any further, I'm going to make this statement right here and right now as absolutely clearly as I possibly can. This is not an attack video. This is not a call-out video. This is just me explaining the situation, because I'm sure people are going to wonder and ask me eventually what the heck is going on. So I'm just making this to clear the air and to basically clear up and explain and clarify exactly what happened, because it took me some time to basically process everything, and this is my second attempt of making this video, because let's just say things that happened, a lot happened, to put it simply. Now, I'm going to tell a bit of a story of how this whole situation happened. This situation, basically the situation is linked to like multiple situations. Multiple situations basically happened in a row to come to the ultimate conclusion of where we are, where my ex-friend is basically permanently blocked by multiple people and shunned from all of our groups and all of my friends' groups as well for what they did. Now, I'm not gonna... I'll go into as many details as I can, but I will be omitting names because for privacy, and because I don't want people to try to misconstrue this video as something that it's not, because some people are going to try to say this is an attack when it isn't. This is just me explaining the situation and explaining why those particular videos have been privated. And explaining why that the information that I got was false. I didn't know at the time. I found that out. Let's just say I found all of that stuff out later. So let's rewind. So it's story time, ladies and gentlemen. So sit down, grab a cup of coffee or tea or whatever you like to drink, because it's story time, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let me turn back the clock like a few weeks ago. Like, I believe well, first of all, the main incident where shit hit the fan basically was Christmas Eve / Christmas night, because it was like around like 12 midnight that day. Me, my now ex-friend, and my other friend, we were playing Pokemon Scarlet / Violet. Basically, one of my friends has Violet, but basically I was hosting a union circle for all of us. And just in case if people don't know what a union circle is in Pokemon Scarlet or Violet, it's basically where you work together. In the DLC Part 2 area, the Biodome, you can actually do quests together and earn points together. And it doesn't matter who does the quest, the whole group will get the points. So it doesn't matter who does it, despite it has like names on the quests, but it does not matter who particularly does it. It didn't matter because we all would get the points. The whole point of the union circle is to work together so everybody can, get points, so everybody can, participate, so everybody can just have fun. Okay, so me, my friend, and my ex-friend, we were having fun doing our own things. Then my ex-friend starts basically lashing out on both me and my friend multiple times. And mind you, everybody, this was the third incident where my ex-friend lashed out at both of us. And after the second incident, me and my friend both told my ex-friend that we don't like it when my ex-friend does that. It triggers us. It triggers us very badly. We explained it to her that we don't like it, for her not to do it. We basically asked our ex-friend very politely not to do it. Lo and behold, literally a week goes by or less, and she does it, the third time. My ex-friend does it the third time, and my ex-friend didn't just do it once that day, multiple times, to the point where my friend actually ended up leaving the call. At first, I wasn't sure exactly what happened because it was late. It was like, I think like around like 1 or 2 a.m. and I was kind of zonked out and I wasn't sure what was happening. So I couldn't properly respond or even give my ex-friend an explanation. She was looking for me, my ex-friend was looking to me for an explanation. I'm like, I don't know exactly what happened. I'm not, I'm kind of, not there. But then fast forward to the next day, my ex-friend basically starts blowing up my PMs on Messenger and stuff, and also on top of that starts calling me on Messenger despite the fact that I'm, was asleep. My ex-friend didn't like the fact that I didn't respond on time, so my ex-friend basically lashed out on me, which would basically be the fourth time for me personally. She and my ex-friend ended up blocking me. So in return, I blocked her. I blocked my ex-friend right back because I wasn't gonna be treated like that. Then my ex-friend starts pestering me through her alternate accounts. Basically, my ex-friend was basically threatening to unalive themselves. Using that whole threat of unaliving themselves basically to emotionally manipulate me. The only reason why I unblocked my ex-friend was to keep the peace and just to stop all the freaking drama and BS that was going on that day. But I was keeping my distance and still reflecting on everything that happened because for my brain, it takes a while for me to process things. My brain isn't as fast as other people's brain. I have ADHD. My brain doesn't work as quick as others. So then, but I still kept my distance because after reflecting upon everything, yeah, my ex friend did lash out on both of us for no bloody reason over a bloody uh, over a bloody video game. So at that point, I was just keeping my distance from my ex friend. But ultimately, what made me decide to finally block my ex friend is I decided, to go back to Joseph and Zack's chat willingly through my own decision. My ex friend starts basically blowing up my PMs about it, trying to make a fight about it. I told my ex friend, I'm cool with it. Leave it alone. Nope. My ex friend didn't drop it. She tried to get a second party involved, trying to find because my first answer wasn't satisfactory to my ex friend. It wasn't satisfactory to her. So at that point, after also reflecting everything that my ex friend did, and also coming to the conclusion that my ex friend basically emotionally manipulated the situation, and on top of that, during that day when all that bullshit was happening, one of my other friends got involved, a third party, to figure out exactly what happened. Me and my friend told the third party, the other friend, our sides of the story, and my ex-friend told him her side of the story. Then my friend comes to us and says, both me and my friend's story matched perfectly. My ex-friend's, her story was completely different. And at that point, I came to the conclusion that, we all came to the conclusion that my ex-friend wasn't telling the whole story, wasn't telling the truth. And was trying to basically make herself look like the victim when in fact she was not the victim, she was the aggressor in the situation. So what ultimately made me block my ex-friend is when I gave her an answer to something and the answer wasn't satisfying to her, so she got another person involved trying to, pressure me for more answers, and I'm like, okay, I got tired of this basically attitude, and also and her she had like the attitude like she was trying to police me, trying to tell me which chats I can be in, who to block, who to unblock. I got tired of that, and I straight up just blocked my ex-friend and all of her alternate accounts because I got tired of the crappy behavior, and also after reflecting the situation, I came to the conclusion that she straight up emotionally manipulated me, and she used she used unaliving herself as a way to emotionally manipulate me and gaslight me, and I don't take that stuff seriously. And my friend, my no no, my ex friend, back when all three of us used to be in groups, my friend, and my ex friend, when we were all on good terms, I told all of them and my ex friend in confidence that I've had issues in the past with the whole unaliving myself, and I've been in that dark place before. I'm in a much better place now, but I've been in that dark place before. I've dealt with that stuff, and I told my ex friend that in confidence because I thought I could trust her because she was like a bloody sister to me. But apparently, nope. She decided to use all of that as a weapon, as an emotional weapon against me to manipulate me. At that point, once I finished reflecting upon everything, I'm like, no, no, I don't need I don't need I don't need that toxicity in my life. My ex, my so I blocked my ex friend. I blocked her on every single account, every single platform, everywhere, and I also banned her from all of my servers because I don't need that kind of person. That that's not okay to emotionally manipulate me like that. I don't play games like that. I made it absolutely clear to her in the past that I don't play games that if anybody tries to use that against me, I don't play games. I immediately block. I don't. I've been in that place before, in a dark place, and I don't want to go back there. So right after I block my ex friend, she once again got another person involved to try to basically put pressure on both me and my friend to unblock her. She basically my ex-friend basically got petty, very petty, trying to basically put pressure on both me and my friend to unblock her. And we told the other person that my ex-friend got involved. We told him straight up. I told him straight up, and my friend told him straight up that I told him straight up, and I'm gonna like quote or paraphrase. I straight up said that my ex-friend has no business to police me, to tell me who to unblock, who to block, what chats I can be in, what chats I can't be in. She has no reason to be telling me what to do. I'm a grown ass adult, and last time I checked, she ain't my mama, she ain't my daddy. And my friend actually also told him that I also told him the way my ex-friend was treating all of us, and and what she did to me, and how she tried to use the threat of unaliving herself just to basically emotionally gaslight me. And after we basically told all that, the third party, the other friend, basically just simply said, okay, he basically understood that we blocked I blocked my ex-friend for a very valid reason. And my other friends blocked that person also for a valid reason, because that person wasn't telling the whole truth. And after doing further reflecting, I came to and after reviewing basically every single thing that happened, I came to the conclusion that it was because of her manipulation and not telling the whole truth, is why I had problems with Zack and Joseph and the rest of their buddies. That's why I had problems because I, like a stupid idiot, was believing what she was telling me instead of doing proper research. That was my fault. I'm gonna take full responsibility for that shit. I should have straight up, done more research. But after realizing, because after reflecting and everything, and after realizing that basically everything my ex-friend has told me were half truths, and she was always manipulating the situation to make herself look like the victim, and all of a sudden everybody around her were enemies. And I should have realized that something was off when multiple people were saying that my ex-friend was a troublemaker. I should have realized that that somebody has to be telling the truth here when there's multiple people saying the same thing about this one person. But it was my own fault. Ultimately, to wrap it all up in one little shitty bow, my ex-friend basically lied and manipulated me. She lied to me and manipulated me into believing her stories, and as a result, I had issues with Zack and Joseph. That's why all those videos were made, because I was already, angry. My ex-friend saw that I was angry, but instead of trying to diffuse the situation, what my ex-friend did, she basically added fuel to the fire. Basically, setting me off, giving me, not complete truths, statements, giving me half truths, giving me stories that were basically painting her as the victim and everybody else as villains. And as a result, I believed her. And also, every time I would get angry about a situation, instead of diffusing it, my ex-friend would try to egg it on, basically try to add fuel to the fire, try to basically rile me up to get to the point where I get mad, to the point where to the point where I can't really control myself when I get mad to a certain degree. But and that's where all those videos didn't came out at once. It was a matter of days, and I came to the realization that my ex-friend has been basically manipulating me for quite a long time. I mean, there was like 50 plus videos or something of her manipulation, because that's why I got so angry, because she, instead of diffusing the situation, she was basically adding fuel to the fire, riling me up, and I, like a stupid puppet, fell right into her trap. And as a result, I had all those problems with Joseph and Zach, all those problems with all of his buddies, all because of her, and her telling me like not complete truth stories. So that's why at this point those videos have been privated, because those videos are not filled with accurate information. They're filled with half truths and basically stories from somebody who isn't trustworthy. Because at this point, my ex-friend is not trustworthy, or my trust with my ex-friend left the minute where she started, telling incomplete stories, and and manipulating stories to make herself look like the victim. And it was proven doing the third incident where she lashed out at both me and my other friend. And I came to the conclusion that at that point it made me wonder, what else was my ex-friend, lying about? Because not telling the whole truth is still lying. You can try to paint it as pretty as you want. It's still lying. It's still being a liar. And also trying to manipulate the story to make every story she told me, I should have just figured out I had to do a lot of reflecting. I had to do a lot of reflecting and straight up soul searching after that, because I guess as the old phrase goes, a manipulator and a liar can wear a mask, but eventually the mask will slip, and that's exactly what happened to my ex-friend. Her mask slipped, and she showed all of us her true colors. Exactly who she really is. A liar manipulator, and a complete liar and manipulator. And I have to straight up call it like I see it. She has narcissistical tendencies. It's like every time we were in a group call with her, she would talk over us multiple times, and even after we told her straight up that she was doing it, she would swear up and down that she's not doing it. And when we straight up told her that, she lashed out on us, she didn't want to listen to that either. She completely ignored whatever I had to say because I straight up told her, that she did lash out on us. Then the next day when she was, when she, you can say, forced me to unblock her. And I straight up told her that yeah, she did lash out at us, but she didn't want to listen to anything I had said. Every time one of our friends or I would tell her to leave a situation alone, nope, she kept on trying to push it, push it, push it, push it. My ex friend would push it, push it, push it, push it, push it until shit hit the fan basically. And that's ultimately why she got blocked. We got tired of the drama. We got tired. I mean, for God's sake, our my ex friend is like, I believe, 34 years old, a 34 year old grown adult, and my ex friend tries to act like they're a freaking less than a 5 year old child. Heck, most 5 year old children that I know not to do that stuff, not to emotionally manipulate other people. To sum everything up, my ex friend was not acting like a good friend. And then later on, I found out my ex friend is talking basically shit about all of us, like she always does. And now, all of a sudden, all of us, we're all toxic, we're all this, we're all that, we're every ism in the book. Because we didn't want to, deal with her BS anymore. And it just goes to show you that you don't know a person's true colors until their mask slips. And her mask slipped, and she showed all of us exactly who she is, exactly what her intentions are, exactly the kind of person she truly is. And at this point, I feel a mix of emotions about the whole thing here. I feel betrayed, lied to, manipulated, and I feel angry at myself for allowing myself to be lied to and manipulated like that. But then again, she didn't just fool me, she fooled all of us. She fooled multiple people. But I also feel I feel like a mix of emotions. It's hard to actually describe exactly how I feel. I feel angry, betrayed. I feel angry, betrayed, sad, furious, and a mix of other emotions all at once. And also disappointed. Because, we all trusted my ex-friend. I trusted my ex-friend like somebody would trust a brother or a sister. I trusted that person. And how does my ex-friend repaid all of us? She stabbed all of us in the back. The very second she got the opportunity to do so. And on top of that, we got tired of the constant screaming. My ex-friend would scream over every little thing. No matter how big or insignificant it would be, she would scream. Like, literally scream. And it's like, I've told her this. My friend has told her this. That if you're that angry, temporarily drop from the call or mute the call, punch a pillow or something, or get your frustrations out. Then when you're calm and collective and cool, go back to the call. I've told her this multiple times. My friend has told my ex-friend this multiple times, and she just didn't listen. She didn't want to listen to any of us. This is why it was a amalgamation or combination, you could say, of multiple things is why my ex-friend is at this point blocked. And on top of that, my ex-friend kept on leaving the chat every time she would get upset. She would leave the chat and then try to come back, leave the chat and then try to come back, until of course the chat owner got sick and tired of that and straight up told my ex-friend that if she leaves again, because for no valid reason, if she leaves again, that would be it. My ex-friend left again after being warned, and that's why my ex-friend wasn't allowed back in the chat, because my ex-friend was warned. She was warned to not do that stuff. And at this point, as it stands, my ex-friend is... My friend blocked her as far as I know, and I have blocked my ex-friend on every single account, and that's the way it's going to stay. Because quite frankly, I don't need that kind of person in my life, because you know what? What she did to all of us was fucked up. Absolutely fucked up. And, you know, we deserve better. My ex-friend was not being a true friend. Friends, real friends, don't try to manipulate their friends like that. Real friends don't try to use other friends' emotions as weapons against their friends. That's all I'm going to say for that. And now you guys know why those videos have been privated, because those videos had false information, and I don't keep false information around. They basically had information that I didn't know was false at the time, but now I know that that information is false. That's why those videos have been privated. Because all that information was based on false allegations and false stuff that I didn't realize were false until later on. As the old phrase goes, I was blind, but now I see. We all were blinded. Until of course my ex-friend revealed exactly who she was. So, anywho, I know this. Anywho, I'm going to reiterate this point very clearly. This is not an attack video. This is not a call-out video. This is just me explaining why those particular videos that we're talking about Joseph and Zack, those videos are privated. They're privated because all of that fights, all of that information, all that stuff happened because of false information that my now ex-friend was giving me. And I really apologize to Zack, and once again, I'll apologize to Zack and Joseph yet again in this video publicly, because all that stuff, I've apologized to Zack and Joseph, and I'll apologize again to Zack and Joseph for all that stuff, because, you know, I'll say it straight up, I was wrong. I should have done, you know, my due diligence, and you know, I shouldn't have placed so much, you know, trust in my ex-friend. You know, I mean, I trusted that person. I trusted that's how much I trusted that person. You know, that's why I kind of also feel, you know, violated, because my trust was completely, totally violated. You know, I trusted that person like I trusted my ex-friend. I trusted her like she was my own sister, and she betrayed all of us. That's all I'm going to say in this video. And once again, I'll reiterate it and I'll say this again to Zack and Joseph, that I do apologize to you guys for making those videos. Those videos shouldn't have been made without, you know, proper research, and I should have, you know, realized that something was amiss there. That was my bad. I didn't realize what was going on at the time until I found stuff out later. That's all I'm going to say on that. And I'm going to reiterate this yet again for the third time. This is not an attack video. This is just me explaining stuff and explaining the situation and also explaining, why me and Joseph and Zach are now, friends. So that way people don't, wonder, because I'm sure people are going to be asking and wondering what the heck's going on. Now that you guys all know what's going on, this is what's going on, and I've tried to do my best to clarify things and to explain things. And I'm going to make this very clear, because I'm pretty sure my ex-friend is going to try to watch this video and try to report this video, because I don't know what my ex-friend will try to do, but I'm going to make it very clear. This for the fourth time, just in case if people miss this. This is not an attack video. This is not a call-out video. This is just me explaining stuff and also apologizing to people who, need to be apologized to. Because I fucked up on those videos. I fucked up. I screwed up. I believed somebody who I shouldn't have believed. Anywho, I'm going to conclude this video because it's already a 30-minute video, so it's going to take quite a while to upload. Feel free, of course, to comment if people want to comment, but as usual, keep your comments appropriate. And also, if you want to like the video, and don't forget to subscribe, as usual. And I'll see you all in my next video, whatever it is and whenever it is. And please, for the love of God, if you don't like this video, just don't watch it. Don't watch it. That's all I'm going to say. If people don't like this video, don't watch it. That's all I'm going to say. Because, I'm not going to deal with people false flagging my stuff or people trying to make false reports because they get their fifis hurt. It's a lot here in the US. We have a thing called freedom of speech, and this is exactly what I'm using. I'm using freedom of speech. And if people don't like what I'm saying, tough titties. That's your own issues to deal with. That's a you problem, not a me problem, as the phrase goes. Anywho, I'm going to conclude this video, and I'll see you all in my next video. Have a good day and or night, everybody. Bye. Okay, where's the stop button on this thing?